Let's get straight into it and welcome our studio guest for today, Samoan heavyweight boxer Liam Tali'vaa. Welcome to the show, Liam.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, no, it's good to be here.
No, we're excited to have you. And beside you, we have Samoan light heavyweight Bolo Akuso. Bolo, great to have you with us as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited and nervous as well. But I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. Before we get into it, what makes you more nervous, pre-fight or pre-show?
This would have to take the
boys look good in the makeup room too, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was joking when I said I need to get in the chair.
Sort of like contributed to this, it's full on. It's makeup,
a process.
it's everything, So,
These hard boxers, there you go.
Nah, well, we'll get rid of the nerves. We'll get straight into what you guys would be familiar talking about, straight into your stories. You both grew up in Mount Druitt in Western Sydney. Liam, we'll start with you. Can you give us a little insight into what life was like growing up as a young man?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat where we're from. I mean, it's a place where, a lot of violence and, gang-related sort of place. But in saying that, we are a very talented little area, We breed a lot of talent from footy players to boxers to singer-songwriters, rappers, as you guys see out there. So I'm very proud from where I'm from. But not many resources, but in saying that, we've got so much talent to make a lot of ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To what we want to do.
Yeah, and is it a similar story with you, Polo? What was life like growing up for you? And I guess when did you realise that you wanted to pick up some gloves? Is that how things started, or were you in a different sport, or what did it look like?
In our community, we love to fight. And me and the boys, we've always, put some gloves on and punch here and there. I'm in school, even after school. But I guess that's why we're so confident in ourselves, because we always went through that as we were young. I think that's how I got the gloves.
Was it always, was it an environment that fostered fighting? Like, what was your journey like, Liam? I know you started probably with football, like most Pacific Islanders. Where did you kind of decide that boxing and fighting was something that you could see yourself make a professional career out of?
Oh, man, to be fair, I only picked up boxing about 5-6 years ago now. So when I was about 25. That's when boxing sort of came about. But in terms of fighting and just the whole aggression of things that you take into boxing, I guess it's sort of kind of fostered from playing footy as a kid. And then, like I said, being in Mount Druitt, it's just like a lifestyle that we live.
Well, when I think about, again, your upbringing with boxing, obviously Samoan heritage, both proud Samoans, how did your culture help, ground you as well, stay disciplined while you're chasing your dream?
Our culture plays a very big role in us as boxers, and obviously I can speak for myself, Paulo will speak for himself, but just the principles that we stand on as Samoans, respect and discipline. My parents came over here to give us a good life and obviously to give back to their family in Samoa as well. So we have to be disciplined. We can't just come in and have a good old fun time. There's a job at stake and we got to look after our families, and that's what it's all about when it comes down to it, eh?
What about for you, Bolo?
As our culture, our parents do everything for the kids and, for me and my siblings, and it's only right for us to give back. And we don't want to stay here and muck around. We want to, like Liam said, we've got a job at stake. So.
When we look at, cultural representation and the history of Samoan boxers, you've got names the likes of David Tua and Joseph Parker. Did they inspire you in your career, or did you have any role models that you looked up to at all that inspired you to be where you are?
David Tua, 100%. He was the first to do it in our Samoan culture, and he was never scared, never backed down to fight. Always wanted to fight the best of the best, and I guess he's brought it on to all of us. Especially Jai. He always talks about undisputed titles, and it all started from David Tua.
Who is the king of the ring when you think about all the famous Pacific Island fighters, but the Samoan ones as well? There's some heavy hands there, but who's king of the ring?
Bro, in my opinion, right now in our community, bro, we've got Jai, man.
Yeah,
Jai's good. He's leading the way. At the moment, but I got one right next to me right now. So he's just, we're still on that same, we're still on that climb, and very soon you'll see 3.
100%. We love that. Do you feel a weight or a sense of expectation to represent your Pacifica people on that world stage every time you walk out and fight? I know I've seen your fights where you've walked out in cultural wear, and even as a Tongan woman, that made me really proud because it's not something that you see very often on that stage. Do you feel that sense of responsibility?
Of course, man. We're a very, very, very small country, you know, and I feel like it's important, especially like for men like us that have a platform to really showcase who we are as people. And where I'm at right now, God has blessed me with this talent and with this journey. And I feel like, yeah, if I can contribute to our little island in this way, then I'll take that with full responsibility.
Liam, I saw your walkout, I think maybe just over a year ago, and you had your cousins in the front, traditional Samoan attire. You walked out to one of the, what's that famous Samoan song?
Mo'omonga.
Yeah, like goosebumps seeing you walk out like that.
Sorry, it was Samoa Maopopo Mai, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, it was wrong, yeah.
But
100%.
Going into that fight, because I believe that fight was a comeback one for yourself, you know, was that deliberate that's what you wanted as part of your preparation going into that fight?
100%. I don't know if everyone saw like how that happened with the loss and stuff, but I felt like coming into this into the fight of like getting given the opportunity to avenge myself, I felt like it was only right that I bring my ancestors with me and sort of call upon, like if you guys saw in that walkout, I had the conch shell going, so I kind of felt like it was only right to have that open up before I walked out, which is like calling upon my ancestors to come with me and let's fight this war together, because I was really, really content with what I wanted to do. And as you guys can see, like I have like my cousins with the Sky Mickeys, and as you'll see, like in all my walkouts, I always have two men on the side of me, and that just represents, you know, like obviously going in with the warriors that we are, you know, and yeah.
Bolo, for you, how do you hope to inspire a generation of young Pacifica fighters, men, women, athletes in general, or just the Pacifica community? When every time you fight, do you have them in the back of your mind, or while you prepare, how do you hope to inspire people?
Yeah, 100%. Me inspiring people, I feel like just being myself.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Polynesians tend to lean towards being someone else that they're not, and you know, like just being myself in the boxing scene, I feel like it will allow a lot of Polynesians to just be themselves.
Yeah, man. A couple of weeks ago, Liam, I was at my father-in-law's house, and then I walked through the back, and I see this young kid staunching me out at the end of the hallway. I looked at him, I was like, "Son, are you all good?" And then my wife yelled out, goes, "That's Liam's son." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're all good. You can go swim." But man, he looks like a little boy. But for both of you, like young father as well, you know, what's it like having your family around you, and how much they mean to you, especially in a sport of boxing where it's brutal, it's violent, there's highs and lows. But what does it mean to you both to have your rocks right there next to you through those times?
Yeah, no, it's everything. Yeah, it's everything, because, yeah, I guess it all ties in on what makes us as a fighter, you know, and why we're doing this, you know, and obviously culture is massive, but family is always first, you know, or second from God anyways, you know, so we do it for them to make sure that they get a better life, and we're able to create a platform for them to, you know, because like we said, like in the start, we never really had much resources, so at least if we can create those resources for our kids and for our family, then at least we're doing our part.
Is the same for you?
100%, it's a blessing, you know, just to wake up every morning to them. You know, it's a blessing to even go to my job after seeing them, you know, it's the best thing, and yeah.
Looking at, we'll just take it back to when things did start for both of you. I know you started a little later in life, Liam, but Bolo, what did your journey look like at the start with limited resources? Like, how did you actually get into boxing? Was there anyone along the way that really helped you and shaped who you are today?
Well, my dad used to do boxing, so he represented Samoa at the Oceanas in amateurs. So that was years ago. But I never got into boxing at a young age. It was just all the boys just got gloves and we just started sparring and fighting, like in the bathrooms in school. We'd go home.
And what opportunities did that open up a little later when you did decide to take it a bit more seriously rather than just sparring in the toilets at school?
My first day in the gym, because I told my dad, I want to do boxing, I'm done with rugby league. So we got in the gym. The first thing that my dad says, my son wants to do some sparring. Come on, bro. It's like my first time training at a boxing gym. And to believe it or not, the first person I sparred was Tali'vaa.
Oh, really?
Tali'vaa, and I got my ass whooped.
And he's small.
He's massive. He was massive back then too. So, but knowing me, like coming from a community, like we never give up. And if we do lose, I'm gonna come back and get you. And after that sparring session, I guess that made me fall in love with the sport of boxing, because I never wanted to lose ever again.
That's how we're different. See, I had that same experience and got flows like this.
You never went back.
I never went back. I'm going to go down the footy round. I need teammates.
I need backup.
Absolutely.
No, I love that. Bolo, for you recently fought at the end of last year. You had 13 months off prior to that. Can you tell us why? Was it through injury or was it just through needing a break? What's life like as a boxer when you do need to schedule in those breaks?
I guess I just needed a break. Boxing, it's a beautiful sport. Business-wise, it's tough. It's not for everyone, and it's not easy. But just being with my kids, spending a lot of time with my kids, good quality time. Not just at the gym 24/7 and then come home when they're asleep. I feel like it's the best day, and I feel like it gives me more drive every day.
How important is it to have that balance? For as people that are so culturally strong with community, and they say it takes a village to raise a family. It really does, especially when you're an elite athlete. You rely so heavily, no doubt, on your partners, your parents, your family to be there and support you. But how important is it to be able to spend that quality time to keep your cup full so you can keep going?
No, it's very important because at the end of the day, a dangerous boxer is a happy boxer. And, as long as I'm happy outside of boxing, I know when I come in, I'll be dangerous.
Yeah. What about for you, Liam?
Yeah, no, it's everything, the balance. And like what Paula said, it's a dangerous boxer is a happy boxer, and yeah, it all contributes. It all contributes to the...